Happy Sunday, straight up Tennessee family. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Ruck in the building. And tonight, the 2025 record breakdown. This is the show that we always do a few weeks before game number one. We're going through the entire schedule, top to bottom. We do a pre-season record breakdown. And now this is the real one. This is where it counts. We're diving into that. We're also diving into fall camp practice number 4, all of the updates that we know from some of the insiders, from some of the media outlets. What do we need to worry about now versus what is something that is typical at this point in fall camp? I think there are a lot of Vol fans overreacting about one specific thing, and we got to bring everybody kind of back down to earth tonight. But then also we'll talk about some injury updates for everybody on the roster right now. One big injury right now in our star wide receiver, Mike Matthews. I don't think it's anything to worry about yet, but stay tuned. We'll talk about it a little bit, man. Y'all already know what it is. I got Dylan. I have C2 with me a little bit later, but y'all know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Welcome to the Sunday Funday show, fall camp edition, man. Oh my goodness, y'all. Tennessee plays in 27 days. 27, y'all. 27 days. We get to wear orange, and it not only look good, but it means something. Man, if y'all can't get excited about that, I don't know what you can get excited about. Y'all lock in. Let's tap in, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Let's get it.
Tennessee's the program to keep an eye on. If you want to know which program that's not currently at the head table of college football, it's Tennessee.
Meshack's got to go. A fire! Fire! Wins it! Jabari Meshack wins it! He needs a strike. Burton needs a bolt. Swing and a miss! And for the first time, Rocky Top reaches the mountaintop of college baseball.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. What's happening, straight up Tennessee family? Your boy Ruck in the building. Got my guy Dylan with me. It's the top of the show. You guys know what to do, man. Look at the top right corner of the screen. Like, subscribe, share, join. Do it all, man. Because listen, when you join the channel, you get something very special, man, from the straight up Tennessee family. You get to hop into our Discord. You get to come to all of our straight up Tennessee tailgates that we do in the fall. And we really would like for you guys to be a part of those, but also the Discord is where, man, we are finding out a lot of news every single day. I'm talking every single day. Y'all think I'm lying? I promise you, throughout this show, you are going to hear me refer to the Discord probably like at least 2 or 3 times, because y'all would have known this stuff had you been in the Discord. But it's really simple. Look who decided to join us. Oh, look who decided to join us, deal.
Hey, good afternoon, boys.
Look who decided to join us. What's up, bro?
It's all good, man. Just wife's coming back from a trip here soon, so I'll probably have to mute when the dog goes crazy. But
okay. Good
can't wait to run through the schedule with you boys.
Good for viewers. Good for viewership. Y'all, man, use the chat tonight, man. We are going to be diving into a lot of things as far as going through this entire record breakdown. What we think, man, from top to bottom. I'm obviously earlier in the year, we've did this already, and I think I was at 9-3, and it's very hard for me to get off of that. But I do think that my third loss has changed again. I can't wait to dive into that, y'all, but that'll be fun. Y'all, let's talk a little bit about this, man, while we kick it off. Obviously, practice number 4 was this morning. Obviously, there's also been a lot of videos out, a lot of news about what kind of went down. I need Vol Nation to hear me and hear me clearly. There is no reason to be losing it right now over a bad ball and a beautiful interception by the man Colton Hood. But if y'all have no idea what I'm even talking about, like I'm gonna pull it up in a second and be able to show you this specific play, because it was nasty, but it was a very bad ball. So if y'all haven't seen it, what's up, Matt? Matt in the chat, what's up, bro? Says what's up, Ruck, Dylan, and C2. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Matt. Before we kind of go on, because this is probably going to spark a 15-minute conversation, so let's go ahead and just watch the video of what was probably. It just reminded me of 2024. I mean, Nico did that against Vanderbilt. Am I wrong? Okay, I didn't think so. If you haven't seen the clip, here's the clip. Yeah. I mean, on his head, quite literally on his head. The speculation and the problem about that is there are so many outlets right now, and people are more concerned at why did we blur out the quarterback? If you haven't seen the image in one of the frames of the video, the quarterback is blurred out. Now, boys, by the complexion, it looks like Joey Aguilar. But by the jersey, it definitely looks like 2 digits. Am I like it? I don't know. I don't know if we need to read into that specifically too much, but I mean, it does. It was a terrible throw, but it was a really great interception because goodness gracious, when is the last time we had corners other than Jermod McCoy turn their head to catch picks?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, let's be like, are we excited about Colton Hood? Or are we upset that whoever threw that could be our starting quarterback? I don't know which one to be.
It's always been funny to me how in training camp, like when a quarterback, granted that was just a bad throw, but when a quarterback throws an interception, the quarterback gets all the heat, but the defense doesn't get any of the like support or reward. Like defense is going to make good plays during training camp, just like the quarterbacks are going to. Yep. I'm going to mute for a minute though. Yeah, no, you good. Like, Dill, I know we talked about it earlier. You're like, I believe it was Joey. And by the reports, Joey also had his worst day today. Just as a whole, just mechanics were there from what I've heard. Everything he's doing was right. However, on the other end, the receiving side of the football wasn't great for Joey. Now, this is 2 ways, Dill. You got guys who are dropping the ball. Braylon Staley dropped the ball today. Rodarius Jackson dropped the ball today. Miles Kisselman dropped the ball today. Right? Like, there were a lot of drops on the field. Like, in this type of quarterback battle, again, I talked about this yesterday in a quick video. I genuinely don't think any of this matters, y'all. I'm just being honest. I don't think any of these practice reps matter. I think they matter for muscle memory, and I think they matter for just reps with guys that you're going to be throwing the football to. But when y'all really think about this, the separation is only going to begin on Saturday. When this first fall camp scrimmage comes next Saturday and we hop on this thing after we get scrimmage notes, after we get 2-minute drill, after we get some insider notes from our people, that is when you're going to know what's going on. Dylan, like, how much do we need to play into this right now with practice number 5 on Tuesday?
Yeah, not at all. I mean, just a spoiler alert for everybody. Defense is going to win the first scrimmage, and they're probably going to win the second one too. That's just the way it goes when you're this early into camp. There's so much rhythm and timing that goes into our offense that Joey just got here like 2 months ago. So he doesn't have that timing with Rodarius Jackson, with Mike Matthews, with Miles Kitselman. So you got to play that all into effect. And to go back to the video, I did a little technical into that, and I looked at it, and it might just be a rain smudge on the screen because it looked like a tight end whenever I looked at it again. So that very well could have been like Miles Kitselman or something, and it was just a rain smudge on the screen. But who really knows?
It's interesting, dude, because great play. Like, I think we need to celebrate the play.
But I think everyone is so worried, and all they're talking about was the throw. And it's like, let's celebrate the play for once, man, because when's the last time we had a defensive back other than, like I mentioned, Jermod McCoy turned their head?
Right.
Shout out to the boy Artez, man. Tez in the building says getting closer, can't wait. Also, man, y'all see that on around Artez's name. He's been a member of the channel for, forever, it feels like. Hop in, man. Y'all need to go ahead and join the channel as well, just like Artez. Artez, you can tell him about the Discord if you want to, bro. Tell him about it. But guys, the other side of this is not only did Joey struggle today, Jake struggled as well. Like, it's not been good for Jake the last 2 days now. Saturday, he didn't have a great day. And Sunday, today, he did not have a great day from what we know. Joey had a great day yesterday and did not have a great day today. I think this is normal. I mean, think about last year. Think about 2 years ago with Joe Milton. There were so many instances where we just genuinely didn't have good days. And all you heard about was the wide receiver struggled, the quarterback struggled. All you kept hearing was how much people were struggling. Now it's happening again, and it's just heightened because Tennessee doesn't have a starting quarterback name. You know what I'm saying? I think that is the thing that's raising the urgency for us as fans. We're just like, man, who threw that? Because they can't start. And it's like, hold on, y'all. It's practice number 4.
Yeah, for sure. And it's messed up when people are talking about George being the starter.
Yeah.
Like,
this is not like, come on, bro. This is not another Harrison Bailey. And like, don't do that. Please don't do that.
No.
Please don't do that, y'all. Like, okay. Let's talk about this. I knew this was going to happen. We can never stay on topic, which is totally fine. This is why you come and listen to us anyways. Think about this, Dylan. And I think I asked you this on another show, but this is just a perfect scenario. Like, somebody was talking to me today. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, I think that we should start Jake because he has a higher ceiling. And he gives you more runway for the future. But I think the complete opposite, because what happens if you do start Jake in 2025? Then you got Faison coming in next year. And then you got a high 4-star, once 5-star George McIntyre on the bench as well, because now you just returned a starter. Like, you can't tell me there's going to be a quarterback battle. Like, the problem I have with that is you're going to lose Faison or George.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely going to lose one of them. And Heupel has shown that he was going to stick to his guns. I mean, if a guy starts the year before, he's going to start the next year. He's not going to bench somebody just because somebody else on the bench is better. He trusts the guy with experience. That's why I think we brought Joey in to begin with. But, I mean, time will tell.
We knew we had an issue, though. That's where I'm at. Is like, if we really trusted Merck, we would have brought in somebody like that was a backup somewhere else. Like, we wouldn't have brought in a starter who was going to start at UCLA. Like, he was going to start until things changed, right? Like, it was going to happen. But I think that's the thing where I need all of us as fans to just kind of relax. While I know we all like who we want, like, some of us want Jake, some of us want Joey. I don't care who starts, but I do think that if we start and we roll Jake out there week number 1 against Syracuse and he balls and then he continues to ball all year, we are losing George McIntyre or Faison Brandon. Somebody is leaving. And you don't want either one of those guys to leave. Like, and that's what worries me. That's what worries me about Jake potentially winning. But like you said, man, Heupel went out and got a quarterback in the portal for a reason. And he got a 5th-year senior for a reason. Like, go ahead.
I was going to say, in regards to your GMAC or Faison, this is not coming from me. I don't have anything. I've not seen enough tape on GMAC to say anything one way or the other, but stuff I'm hearing from people who went to high school with him was that they would rather GMAC leave than Faison if one of them's going to leave. Like, if Jake does win the starting job, he said he doesn't actually want to see GMAC suit up and play a full game in orange, because he just, from someone who's watched him play doesn't think it's that good. Again, not coming from me. I've not seen enough to say one way or the other, but that's just something I've been hearing.
Well, if GMAC grows another 2-3 inches, Barnes always needs a forward. So,
and he could hoop too, no cap.
For real.
Boys, like also with today, just more updates that came out of camp today. Supposedly, you know what you just said. I mean, it was just a perfect segue. GMAC looked great today. Like, I don't understand what's happening in this battle. I think it's that George is playing so free because he knows he ain't gonna start. So he's just out there balling, doing what he does, dropping dimes, putting it wherever he needs to, making plays. And so now you're in this predicament where you got a guy that you know is not going to play, playing well, and then you got a guy that you hope plays well, not playing well, and then you got another guy who has no experience. He's also not practicing well. This is all normal, people. We're 4 practices in. We play in 27 days. There are so much transition and so much improvement that can be made in 4 weeks. And it will happen. I promise you it will happen. Boo Carter. Let's talk about Boo a little bit, just where he's at. Again, dressed again, out in pads and shoulder pads and helmets. He's out there on the field and still going off to do his thing. There is no timetable. Heupel was not lying, y'all, when he said there's no timetable, right? Like, this is all on Boo Carter. Does it worry you now that there is real potential that he doesn't take offensive snaps with the health already hindering that receiver group, with Brazel still not in the offensive rotation yet, just dealing with some soft tissue problems? And then obviously the latest news today, Mike Matthews did not give it a go in team or individuals. So I'm not sure what the injury is. Not a lot of say on what it is, but I am hearing that it is nothing. And I repeat, it is nothing to worry about. And he will be back on Tuesday. But this is an issue. This is a major issue. Right now, with those 2 injuries, you have 5 scholarship receivers that are practicing. How does that? And then not only do you have 5 scholarship receivers practicing, they're dropping balls, bro. Like, you can't even win as a quarterback. You can't have a good day when, if you are putting a good ball somewhere, it's getting dropped. So I mean, how does the Mike Matthews injury make you guys feel right now? Obviously, we're 4 practices in. It's nothing that we need to worry about from what I've heard, but it still makes me uneasy.
Yeah, for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been raining a whole lot in Knoxville too, hasn't it?
Yep. Last couple days.
I feel like part of that could be due to the rain, but from everything I've heard with Mike and Braz, it's all precautionary. They just don't want to hurt them any more than they already are. They're just bubble wrapping everybody because they know how little depth that we have. But it does bother me in the way that Joey and Jake aren't getting that rhythm and that timing in with them because they're sitting out. That's what bothers me, because as we get into the season, is that going to be the result of an interception because we held them out? Or is that going to be the result of a drop or whatever the case may be because we held them out and they didn't get as many snaps with that quarterback? That's what worries me going into the season.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm also, the drops do concern me a little bit, but that's also going to happen some, especially while we're hearing it's nothing, like, especially if 2 guys are being held out of practice because of the potential for injury. I would think this early in fall camp, that's probably weighing on these, especially these young receivers' minds, because they know they're going to get a chance to play, some of them in their true freshman year. That's a big deal at a big school like this. That doesn't always happen for everybody. So that risk of injury is probably also weighing in the back of their mind as well. I trust the coaches to get the drop situation fixed. We cannot have a repeat of last year where we're dropping balls all over the place or having inaccurate passes all over the place. As far as Boo potentially not getting any offensive snaps, again, I trust the coaching staff. If it gets to the point where we're so short on people, they'll figure something out. All of this goes into something I'll get into a little bit more when we get into the Syracuse discussion. But it worries me, but it's not something that I'm super concerned about yet.
Do you guys think that there's a possibility, right? Injuries barred, whatever, whatever happens here in the next couple of weeks. Is there a real possibility that a walk-on gets some play this year? Trey Weary is who I'm hearing. I mean, and then I think you still have another guy in like Joakim Dotson. Like, I feel like he can play, dude. I feel like he could play if we need him to play. You don't necessarily want him to, but he's a dog, bro, and he can go out there and play. I just think if I'm a receiver right now and I'm committed to Tennessee or I'm thinking about coming to Tennessee, I would be very excited about my chances to get on the field.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've shown that we can play walk-ons. I mean, Will Brooks was a walk-on last year, and he was the best safety we had.
100%.
So if Trey Weary can come in and he can
Willie
separate
B!
himself. But if Trey Weary can come in and he can separate himself, because I heard he had a couple of really good practices while Braz was out. If he can come in and he can earn that trust with the coaching staff, and then he can get in the pocket with the quarterback, I feel like he can earn some playing time this year.
Go ahead. I know you're trying to say something.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We've never had a problem playing a walk-on if we need to. Receiver's not necessarily the spot you want to do that at all the time because of how much athleticism is needed, but neither safety really. Although there's a bit more you can do if you can read the routes well and read the play well. But I've got, if it comes down to it, I've got faith we'll do what we need to. If we need to if that's turning to the tight ends more, we turn to the tight ends more. If that's getting the running backs more involved in the passing game, that's getting the running backs more involved in the passing game. If that's throwing a walk-on out there at wide receiver, I would hope it's not happening against Georgia, but we'll do what we have to do at that point.
Don't y'all think, though, like, okay, walk on or not, I feel like you still can't get a spot on this type of team at this type of level, a team coming off the college football playoff and be a scrub. Like,
right.
You obviously aren't at a place where we will offer you a scholarship, but we've seen stranger things happen. Hence Will Brooks, right? We've been talking about Willie B's. Like, he was the best safety we had. I mean, dude had 3 massive picks for us last year. I think about NC State. Then I go around and I think about Bama, late game, literally sealed the game. And then against Kentucky. Now, I got problems with the pick against Kentucky because he ran straight into the quarterback. I was like, Willie B, all you had to do was keep running towards the sideline, bro. You got another pick 6. This man ran straight inside, bro. And he wasn't faster, bro. He was getting chased by a black man. Like, he was not going to outrun him. I was like, what are we doing, Willie B? But y'all know, man. But anyways, I think the receiver position is the biggest position. I think it's more important now than the quarterback battle. I think, listen, dude, you're going to get a guy back there that's competent, that can make throws. Can he make plays? I said this yesterday on our quick video that we put out on Saturday. Joey is an athlete. Jake can be an athlete. Jake has no problem getting out on the run and making something happen. However, Joey, that's where Joey lives, is on the run. Get me out, roll me out, let me get something on the outside, let me get going. Who did that as well? A guy by the name of Hendon Hooker, who you had to get going by moving him around. Like, let Hendon go and do a QB power and get hit, he's locked in. Game is locked, right? Let him roll out to the right, get something in the flat to Jacob Warren at the time. Like, that's what got Hendon going. And I genuinely think it's the same with Joey Aguilar. If you go back and watch film, I watched some film from 2023 against Coastal Carolina. They put him on the run right. They put him on the run left. He's making cross body throws look effortless. When the throw's not there, then he still has the option to use his legs, which he can do very well. He's not going to outrun anybody necessarily, but neither did Hendon Hooker, right? Like we got enough to make a play. And I think that's the difference. And why I'm telling you guys now, when you're looking at this team now and you're looking at the highlights, you're not happy with what you're seeing from the quarterback position. You're not happy with what you're seeing from the wide receiver position. This is normal. This is normal to be 4 practices in and things still look kind of like spring ball, honestly. Like, because think about the time between spring and fall camp. Your spring ended on April 20th. We started fall camp July 30th. That is so much time in between. And then you got new transfers. You got new people that came in the summer semester. You got a quarterback battle going on with a guy that came in. So follow me, Vol fans. Like we have to just kind of breathe. Let it happen. We're obviously going to continue to keep you as updated as possible. But I think Saturday, you're going to know a whole lot about what's actually going to be happening on offense with this quarterback battle and the receiver battle and the center battle, because Sam Pendleton was at center today. So, like, you just don't know yet. Everything is very much in the elementary phase. And we're going to know a whole lot this week, I think. Full pads come on Tuesday, boys. We pad popping. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What they say, where's some head bust? Where's some head bust? Where knock a head off? So, like, it's game time. It's go time. So that's what gets me excited. Y'all, midway through the show, man, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, join that channel. If you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching, man, hop in the chat, man. Let's talk about it. Let's hang out. Let's be homies. That's what we do here at Straight Up Tennessee. You have any questions, you have anything you want to ask us, we'll peel off from whatever we're doing, man, because we want to make this as engaging as we possibly can. We all having conversations, but if y'all have any questions, man, throw it in the chat. We'd love to just chop it up and also meet some new family and some new friends. But boys, I think it's time that we go ahead and dive into this schedule. This has been interesting because earlier, we talked about it. I think it was early July. We went in and we kind of talked about what we thought it could look like. We didn't land anywhere. We did go 9-3s, a lot of 9-3s. We had a 10-2 from Sale, which was very interesting. I'm not there yet. I still don't think I'm at a 10-2, but let's go ahead and let's pull this up and we'll kind of go through this thing, man. But before we kind of go through it, overarching, I think there are 2 places in this schedule that are set up for us to be in a trap. I think there's a possibility for it to be middle, and then there's another one late with how they flip the schedule on us. But when you look at it and you see what we have in store, let's just obviously kick it off here in 27 days against Syracuse. I'll go first. I think this is a game where Tennessee doesn't look like the Tennessee of 2024. I think this is a game, y'all. I think ESPN currently the line is like -14, like 2-score game right now in Tennessee's favor. And I kind of agree. I just think when you look at the 2 rosters, I think Fran Brown is a great head coach there at Syracuse. I think he is going to build something special. But here's the thing. I don't think he's going to build something special at Syracuse. I think he's too good to be there right now. I think he is waiting for that next break where people actually want to come to your school. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to go live in Syracuse, New York at any time in the year? They did get a transfer quarterback from LSU. I think his name's Ricky Collins, who didn't play at LSU. Garrett Nussmeier beat him out for the job last year. And I think you guys kind of –
But they also got a Notre Dame transfer quarterback who
they did. They got Steven Jelly.
Notre Dame.
They did, but he didn't play at Notre Dame. He played for one
Neither
drive.
one played. Yep.
He played one drive in the college football playoff, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, start him!" You know what? Somebody told me this the other day. Like, everybody's favorite player is the backup quarterback, right? And that's the same thing with every situation. So, if Joey has a bad year or if Jake starts, we're like, "Oh, put Joey." It's like, come on, y'all. Like, figure it out. Chill out. But all of that to say this, I think if Josh Heupel was in year 1 or year 2, this would look a lot like the Pittsburgh game. However, we're in year 5, and this defense is so much better than their offense will ever be in 2025 for Syracuse. I got Tennessee winning that one, 1-0.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be tight for the first half, and then we'll pull away in the second. I feel like the first half is going to be real ugly. It's probably going to be the same thing that we've been watching the last 2 years, where it's just run the ball, take as much time off the clock as you can, and then let defense do what they got to do. I do feel like in the second half we can turn it on, though. Maybe let Joey out, let Jake out, whoever it may be, get them more comfortable, put some stuff on tape, make Georgia respect us in 2 weeks. Show that we're not afraid to run our quarterbacks. Show that we're not afraid to take the deep shot. Put it on tape going into the season that this offense is not what it was the last 2 years.
Yep.
I also think we win, but I don't necessarily think it's a 14-point game unless defense scores some points, because I think with 2 QB battles going into fall camp between us and them, I think it's probably going to be a pretty boring game offensively, at least in the first half, where potentially we break some more things out in the second half. I do think, well, I guess I shouldn't say it. Don't think it'll be a 2-score game. I think we win by like 10. I'm not comfortable going to like 14 first game of the season win. Either way it goes, you've got a quarterback starting for both teams who have never played in this system or for this school before. But I do think we come out with the win. I think we've just got better talent, better coaching. I think we win. I'm not worried about it too much.
Do we need to talk about ETSU? That's a W.
I hope not.
I just don't want that game to look like Ball State 22, or not Ball State, but Bowling Green 2021. Right? Like, you beat Bowling Green, yes, you beat the brakes off of them, but it was 38-6, and it was just ugly football the whole night. Right? Yeah. Like, or you know, I just don't want it to look bad. I want a beautiful looking win. You know what I'm saying? I think we gotta have that going into obviously week 3, but
I just don't want our starters, whoever they end up being at that point in time, to look like they're out there asleep, like sleepwalking through their reps, as limited as they may be in that game. Like, show me you're taking this seriously and not trying to take the week off like we did last year. Like, go out there, put 28 up on them in the first quarter, and then go sit down somewhere.
Right. I mean, the whole team's going to look like $1 million this game. So really, what are you going to do? Like, let's just put up as much film as we can, make Georgia respect the offense. We know what we got in the defense. It's probably going to be like 66-10 or 66-3, whatever it may be. But just put the film out there and make the rest of the schedule respect us.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the game that I'm mostly excited about. You've got I wouldn't want them any other time in the year than right there. I think this is the most perfect time, because if you go back, guys, I mean, just look at Georgia from 2023 and 2024, right? Like, if you want to really, really see how bad they've been early, this is all you got to do. In 2024, yes, they beat the brakes off of Clemson that first game. They beat the brakes off of Tennessee Tech. Then they beat then they beat Kentucky 13-12. And can I tell y'all what game that was? Game number 3.
Yeah.
Then they turn around and lose to Bama. Then they turn around, and I don't know if y'all remember watching the Auburn and Georgia game. It was a whole lot closer than the 31-13 final, because they just were struggling the whole night. Like, then you go back and you look at 2023. Who'd they play in week 3, guys? South Carolina. Guess what that score was? 24-14. And they were at the crib. What I'm saying is, you've got a starting quarterback there at Georgia who played some meaningful downs for you last year out of necessity because of an injury to Carson Beck. And your whole offense changed. you couldn't throw the ball 20 yards down the field anymore. All we were able to do was run. All Georgia was able to do was running, and Stockton can run now. Like, I'm gonna give him his flowers. He can make plays with his legs and get out there and make something happen. But I just got to tell y'all the honest truth. I'm not gonna sit here and cap about this. After I saw him at SEC Media Day, I was like, this dude is lame, bro. He lame. They said that man looked like he already got his retirement. Listen, I might be a hater just because I don't like Georgia, whatever the case may be. When you look at both teams, Georgia's better at every position than us, except defensive line. I think this year, I really don't think that their defensive line is as good as ours. I think they got the two best linebackers in the country, in CJ Allen and I can't remember my other dude's name, but I think their defensive back room took a step back. You lose Malachi Starks to the NFL. Like, I don't know if those two guys out there that's going to be put on islands are as good. They're speedy, definitely. But when we talk about physical, I'm not sure where they're going to be. I just like Tennessee in this game. And it's because it's week 3 in Knoxville. After Tennessee's 2-0, you've played two football games. One against an I team and one against a really bad team. Georgia's playing 2 really bad teams to start the year. Then you got to come into Neyland. I just think the crowd has a lot to do with it. And if y'all think I'm tripping when I say that, I just want to see if y'all remember this.
Jalen, walk me through the very beginning, the struggles right out of the gate and overcoming those.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that we do got to acknowledge that was a great crowd that we just played in front of, one of the greatest crowds in the country. And so, you know, we have to, you know, that's on us to control our controllables, understand our.
Did y'all remember what he looked like last year?
Yeah.
Terrible.
I got Tennessee. I don't have a score. I can't give you one, but I just think the crowd is too much, man. I really think the crowd is too much that early. And I think that we play well. I think it's your first big time home game and you get it in week 3. Checker Neyland? Oh my God, bro. I can't pick against us right now. I just can't.
Go ahead, C2.
I think this is gonna be a real close game, and I think it's gonna come down to who's starting for us at quarterback and which quarterback in this game can calm down first. I think we will know whether or not we're winning this game.
Hold on. Are you saying which quarterback between Stockton and whoever starts for us? Or are you saying, okay, I was like, wait, so you saying Hype about to roll out two guys? No. Oh, man, we in trouble, bro.
That's 2 separate points. One, I think it depends on who's starting at quarterback for us. Second, slightly related point, I think it will depend on who can settle down between Georgia's quarterback and our quarterback by the end of the first quarter. And I think we will know whether or not we're winning this game by the end of the first quarter. I think it helps us that we're playing Syracuse, whereas Georgia is playing
Marshall
and Austin P. Those are their 2 games leading up to it. Which I get for them. You know, you've had your struggles in the beginning of the season. You don't want to play nobody before you play us early. Shake your confidence. I get it. I understand. But I think us going in against slightly better competition in Syracuse in game 1 helps us. This game is one of the reasons I hope it's Joey that's starting for us. Mainly because 5th-year senior, I feel like he will be more able to get himself calmed down and settled by the end of the first quarter.
And he's played in these games, dude. He's played Clemson the last 2 years, right? Like, he's played in games that mean something. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I feel you.
So this to me is the game that will either make us 10-2 or 9-3. It's real hard for me to pick one way or the other, but I'm going to go with a UT win and just say we win since it's a home game. And I think, yes, Gunner can run, but stopping the run has been what our defense is good at, even though QB runs sometimes get a little dicey.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we win probably by like less than a touchdown. I think we win like a field goal or maybe 4 points if something happens crazy.
I love it. A win is a win, bro. 3-0. I'm cool with.
A win against Georgia is definitely a win.
Absolutely.
Well, this is where I lose everybody because regardless of how the schedule fits out, I know that this is perfect on paper for us. Nealon's going to be rocking. Gunnar Stockton's probably going to be shook to his core. I like the matchup a lot, and I probably lean on 70% that Heupel can probably pull this game off. But we're going into year 5. We haven't beaten Georgia yet. We got real close last year, and then they pulled away. There's been plenty of times where they've just found a mismatch or just straight up overpowered us, like in 21 and 22. But Heupel's going to have to figure out something to keep Georgia off of us. And if we're still having quarterback troubles, if we're still dropping balls, if anything like that happening going into Georgia, that could get very messy for us very quick. And I just don't have the faith for it. I say we lose by, it could be 3 or it could be 7, but it won't be a big margin.
I ain't mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it. Because we all got dubs against UAB, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not losing that game. Moving on. I mean, I think I've got Tennessee at 4-0 going into Mississippi State, and I think this is trap game number 1. And let me tell you why. What is Tennessee's constant kryptonite yearly?
Going into road games after playing nobody or having a bye week.
Period. It's going on the road. When we go on the road, it's like we forget how to even play football. And it's not even that the stadiums are wild, right? You go to OU, you handle business. But then you go to Arkansas and you look worse than we have ever looked as a football team.
Yeah, that was a rough game.
Of us being terrible at football. If y'all don't remember, that was the beginning of like the no scoring in the first half, no passing touchdowns. Nico, I mean, just terrible. It was bad football from Arkansas to the end of the year, really. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. This is a trap game. It's your 5th game of the year consecutively. You could be dealing with some injuries. Okay, you're 5 games in, no bye, and you're going to the road. Not to mention your first road game. However, y'all, this team didn't win a game in the SEC last year, and nothing makes me think that they just magically got better, that much better in a year. I don't really care what the score is. I just think Tennessee wins that game. I think Heupel gets them another road win, and it kind of sets the table for the bye week coming back home against Arkansas there on October 11th. So that's where I'm at. What you got, Dill?
Yeah, I mean, let's face the facts. Mississippi State is a bottom dweller SEC team. Great fan base, great people and everything, but that is a trash football team. We ought to win this by 21 at least.
I wonder what the line is right now.
It's got to
It might be too early.
Yeah.
Probably is too early. So for me, the only way this is a trap game is if we do beat Georgia, because I think if we beat Georgia, but even then we've got UAB in between to get our minds right. I'm more worried about the first half of UAB looking like doo-doo, because if we beat Georgia, I think we might have like an emotional hangover going into that week. This isn't the game that we should win that I'm worried about. The game that I think we should win that we should worry about, we'll get to later. It's probably not going to make me very popular, but it'll be what it is.
Oh, I think we're on the same wave, baby boy. So what?
So, yeah.
Oh, so you
win.
picked a W. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a win. I think it's at least by 10 to 14. I think we win. I think if we lose to Georgia, we go out there and we just blow the brakes off Mississippi State. But if we beat Georgia, I could see it being a little closer.
Yeah. Going into the bye week, obviously, great timing. But before we get into really a 4-week gauntlet, I mean, it's 4 teams, one of which we lost to, 3 of which we genuinely just hate. One of them we hate genuinely because our coach just doesn't like them, which is Oklahoma. But I think this is going to be a rivalry, bro. I think there's just too much juice behind this game. I think the 2-game series in 15 and 16 was juicy. It was good football, and Tennessee couldn't win. Then last year we go to their place. Heupel's first time back, we win. Now they're coming here with a completely different roster, right? We'll talk about that in a second. But the Arkansas game is interesting because Tennessee hasn't beat Arkansas in football in a very long time. A very long time. Go back to the COVID year when we lost to them 24-17 in Neyland Stadium. I think it was 24-20, actually. Just terrible. We just have it's kind of like they've been our kryptonite, man. They've just taken care of business against Tennessee. However, Heupel just has a hard time losing in Neyland, bro. I just don't know what Tennessee has to do to lose that game. Like you got to be ultimate bad, and we were ultimate bad against Florida and Alabama in Knoxville last year, and still won. So if you're telling me that happened, there's no way you're losing to Arkansas. So I got that as a W.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, coming off of a bye week too, especially with what happened last year in the back of everybody's minds, it should be throttled down on Arkansas. We should win this by 3 scores at least, because I'm pretty sure Taylor Green is still at Arkansas, right?
He is.
Yeah, and he was not good last year. Outside of the one game that he played against us, I don't think that they can get it done, especially in Knoxville, because I already know everybody's going to be in Neyland upset.
Turn.
Oh yeah. We know what happened to South Carolina the year they came to Neyland right after.
Blackout.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be nasty.
This is the SEC game that I am least worried about. Obviously, Arkansas is better than Mississippi State. It's debatable whether they're better than Vandy with Pavia at quarterback. I could see a game between them on a neutral site going either way. But this setup reminds me of when South Carolina beat us, and then the next year they came home, and we just whooped them. I do not expect this game to be close. I think 3 scores at minimum is how much we win this by. I could easily see this having a higher score, higher difference than our game against UAB.
I hope so.
Because we're not going to pull our starters.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that. Heading down to Tuscaloosa. Here's the thing. I think this might be the best Alabama team outside of the quarterback position that they've had in a long time. I think defensively, they have dogs, they have guys. Offensively, you have a really, 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 really good wide receiver core. And for some reason, I still don't think Kalen DeBoer is going to achieve anything that he wants to achieve there in 2025. I just don't think Alabama made the right hire. Now, I can eat my own words at the end of the year if they're in the college football playoff and playing for the national championship. I don't care to eat my words. I that's one thing about me. I will, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the thing that I know that is just real is we're right now in a trading war with this team because they're still good and we're continuing to get better, which is why we've been able to split with them the last 3 seasons. I think this game is always dependent right now in the next few years, I believe, on where it's being played. This year, Alabama gets their luck, and Tennessee takes a loss in that game down in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do feel like Alabama is going to struggle bad to start the year. I could see this being a 3 or 4 loss season again for them. But if everything that I'm hearing out of Tuscaloosa, and it's pointing to Ty Simpson being their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And Ty Simpson, I mean, yes, he was a 5-star. Yes, we were recruiting him. I'll just go ahead and tell everybody I played against him in high school. The guy ain't that good. He just ain't. But Alabama has proven that they don't necessarily need elite quarterback play to get by.
Yeah.
I feel like if they can rely on the run game and their defense, they're going to be fine. And they've got the backs to do it, and they got the defense to do it. And this is another one of those games where we're in year 5 and Heupel has not beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. So I'm not going to change that here. I got us losing.
Yeah. And just to touch back on something that you mentioned, I think when you think about Alabama and the run game, it's just not been there, right? Like Jalen Milroe was the run game last year, I felt like. And Justice Haynes just transferred to Michigan. You still got Jam Miller. You got another guy that you brought in from the from recruiting. But like I think the run game is going to be better. But again, y'all, like I understand that this entire offensive line minus Tyler Booker is back. It didn't matter last year. Like you still couldn't run the ball. So like I just don't. I mean, people can make. I do believe in development and I do believe in growth. But I think Caden Proctor is mid. I think Parker Brailsford is mid. Like they're all going to be playing in the NFL because of where they went to school. But I don't know. I'm just not down with the hype. Their offensive line is mid, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game, but I don't think it really matters who's starting first quarterback in this one because even with Joey going to like UCLA and like playing Clemson, or that's not the same environment as Tuscaloosa when Tennessee is in town or one of their other big rivals like LSU or Auburn.
I agree.
I think no matter who our quarterback is, they're going to be shook early. I think Joey gives us a better chance to settle into the game. But I think we lose a heartbreaker in Tuscaloosa. They're really hard to beat at home, just like we're really hard to beat at home. So I just don't see – I don't have a guaranteed loss on this schedule, but I don't see us winning this one. I think it's going to be a close loss.
Why can't he just say guaranteed loss, Dylan? Why he got to be so technical? I don't see a guaranteed loss. We losing that game, bro.
It's
and if we win – oh, y'all going to October 25th, Kentucky. Listen, guys, I have to be real, okay? Anytime I see those letters, U and K, I think about the back of a donkey's booty meat. They suck. They just aren't good. And Mark Stoops just ain't good. He's the most mid perennial, like top 10 SEC coach ever. He's just very like not. He's mid to be having all these accolades, and I don't care where we play Kentucky. We can play them at the Kentucky Derby. We can play them at Kroger Field. We can play them inside of a Kroger, wherever they want to play. I'll bring my second string and win. That's what we did in 2021. We went out there, first play of the game. I already knew first play of the game when Javonte Payton took that screen to the crib. I said, it's blouses. I don't even care. Game over. And so I don't know. We don't lose to Kentucky, and we won't again.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I mean, Mark Stoops has the greatest job in America. He can go 6 wins and get a pay raise. But, I mean, coming off Alabama, I feel like we're all in the boat that we're going to lose that. So that whole locker room is going to be pissed going into Lexington or wherever they're from.
And you're on the road back-to-back weeks. On the road, like, man, yeah,
Right.
you ready to go turn up again.
Oh, yeah. So I feel like this is just going to be beat down on little brother like it always has been. I don't think it's particularly close. I feel like we run away with this one.
What you think, C?
This is the trap away game that worries me.
I don't even care what you have to say after that.
This ain't basketball, bro.
This is not. This is.
I feel you. I do. But we have lost to them before when we had a better team than them. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Who's coaching?
But
who was coaching?
Well, that's fair. But the only way I think we lose this game is if we somehow win a heartbreaker in Alabama and are just.
That's just more juice, man.
I disagree.
I do a little bit as well.
I think this game will be closer than either you think it'll be, but I do think we come away with the win because, like you said, people are going to be pissed off. But there's no one Kentucky wants to beat, I feel like, more than us on their schedule. Maybe Florida, but Florida's been down recently, so I think this game right here is Kentucky's national championship game. They want to beat us more than they want to beat anyone else. I sincerely hope that they don't, because I may hate a few teams on our schedule more, but there is not a team in this country there's not a team in the SEC I respect less than Kentucky.
Amen.
So I sure hope we win.
Oh man, then you get to November 1st, guys. 4 more games left. We'll blow through these, but I don't like this game. I'm not in love with the Oklahoma hype right now. I really don't. Like, you get a quarterback and then you get a running back from Cal and you get a quarterback from Washington State. Like, I'm not down with the Heisman talk for John Mateer at all. I think that's wild. And I don't think how people genuinely believe that you can come from a terrible conference into a really, really good one and just be like that from game number 1. I think that they're going to be better. I think that they are definitely going to be something to play against now. I think they're going to have that juice because Mateer reminds me a whole lot of Baker Mayfield. He just looks like him in his body type. Everything about him looks just like Baker Mayfield. But the reason I don't like this one is I think it's a little later than it was last year. And it's got this kind of eerie feeling to me right now with all the newness of OU. Who knows, man? They could be in shambles by then, but they could also be, at this point they could be 6-1. Like you just don't know. But the reason I don't like this is I think last year was emotional because Heupel was there. And I think that there's always going to be an emotional feeling for Heupel playing against that team. And so this year, I just think they might get the best of us because we went into their crib, we walked in their trap, and they took over, and we took over their trap. And I think a lot of those guys remember that. And I think OU has one of the best defensive lines in the SEC this year. And I don't like where it's placed. I just don't like where it's placed. And of course, I think this will be our dark mode game. I think there'll be some juice. I think it's going to be turned up. But I think if I had to pick another loss, I think it would be OU, man. I really do.
Yeah, this game is very weird to me because I feel like this game is going to shake out completely different than any other game on the schedule. Because I can see this actually being a shootout. I feel like a lot of our games are going to be more defensive heavy. I feel like this one's going to be very offensive heavy because Josh Heupel, he is not going to let us get outclassed by Oklahoma. He is going to be in that film room working. And I would argue that had Nico left in the December portal instead of the spring portal, John Mateer would probably be a Tennessee Volunteer right now. But he's not, and now we've got a showdown at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma's no slouch. They were one of, if not the most injured teams in the SEC last year. They're mostly healthy now. They've got a great transfer portal class coming in. But regardless of all of that, hate somehow always wins in the end. And I feel like Josh Heupel's going to get us there. So I got us winning by like 7 or 10.
I like it.
I couldn't disagree with AJ more on this one.
One
of the reasons I think the Kentucky game could be close is because the Oklahoma game follows it. And we know Heupel wants to beat Oklahoma. Like, we know that bad. Plus, one of the things that helped us in Norman is that we kind of took over the stadium, like fan base wise. There were way more away fans there than there should have been. And there's no way, unless something god awful happens and we are like close to a 500 record at this point in the season, there is no way Oklahoma does anything similar to that in Neyland. I have seen sold out Neyland crowds for ETSU type teams. It's just not going to happen. I think their quarterback is going to be shook because he has never played in any environment like this at any point in time in his career, let alone life. Like, no. I do agree that it could be a shootout, but I see that going in our favor because I feel like they're going to have to try and keep up with us. And by this point in the season, I expect Jermod McCoy to be healthy. I expect our secondary to be looking good. If there's a game in this season where we're going to get several interceptions, other than against Scrubs, I feel like this is that game. I see us winning by 20 plus at home.
Wow, they will have had played at DKR there in Texas and at Williams Bryce in South Carolina before coming to Neyland. Two venues, man, that you can't you can't poop on, especially Williams Bryce.
That's fair, but I will say this about Texas. Having been there, I was there last season when they played Florida. Yes, they get loud, but they do not typically. It'll probably be different in the Oklahoma game. They do not typically like maintain that loudness. They get really loud once the other team like breaks the huddle. While the team is like in the huddle, I've noticed, I've been to a few games there, they're typically quieter, which has always been weird to me because that's when they're communicating all the stuff they need to communicate. That's when y'all should be being loud.
Right.
So,
right.
I've never understood the logic behind it. Texas is a great program. In my opinion, it's just, it doesn't touch Neyland when it comes to how loud Neyland can be, especially Texas's stadium doesn't trap the noise as well as Neyland does.
That's real. That's real.
Also, just a free other game prediction here. Because I have Alabama beating us in a close game, I think Alabama loses to South Carolina the following week.
They should have lost last year to them.
Yeah.
They should have lost last year. So
that's just a free game prediction for y'all.
We get a bye week there, and then obviously New Mexico State. That's a W on homecoming week. And then the game I think we all hate yearly. And it's only on the odd years that we go to the Swamp, right? Every 23, 25, 27. Here's the thing. This can go one of two ways. And there's only one of two ways that this game is going to go. Tennessee wins or they get blew out. There's no like Tennessee wins by a field goal in this game. Like, no. You win the game by 10 to 14 points or you lose it. And you don't lose by 3. Like, you're losing by 2 touchdowns. Me and Turner are the ridiculous ones in the bunch of the straight up Tennessee family, and we will be there. And so I'm turned up, excited. I've never been to the Swamp. I'm excited to go. I think it'll be a really cool experience. I'll be able to report back on how bad their fans actually are because they're bad when they come to Neyland. So I can't wait to see what it's like when we're in their place. I want nothing more than to come home with a W. But what has Dylan said all show? It's year 5, and we haven't done it yet. So I can't pick Tennessee. I just can't.
Yep. Just to echo that, I feel like whoever is at quarterback for the Gators is what's going to tell the story of this team.
I agree.
Because Lagway is still hurt. He still needs surgery on his shoulder. He hasn't done it. And now I'm hearing he's got a knee issue. Is he going to hold up until November 22nd? And if he's not, and it's Harrison Bailey, I 1,000% expect a win here. But
easy.
If not, then what's it going to be? Are we going to go down there and are we going to be shook? Or are we going to go down there and act like we want to win a football game? Because I don't know what it's been in years past. I don't know if one of those rednecks down there has a Peyton Manning voodoo doll and they just stabbing it every time we go down there or what. But we just carry bad juju with us every time we go down there. But
every time.
If there's ever going to be a year where we break it, it's got to be this year.
Agreed.
But for now, I got it as a loss.
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah. It actually, and this is not me wishing an injury on anyone, please don't hear that. It actually worries me more that he's having knee issues now. So he might like sit out and recover and be healthy. Because I think if he's healthy in Florida, we lose. And it's not just that it's year 5 and we're losing and we haven't won down there. It's the fact that we have won in Gainesville. If my research did me right, we have won in Gainesville twice since 1971 as a team.
Oh.
And it's never good either. Like, it's almost never a close game. It is like we completely forget how to play football when we go down there.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. But if their paper mache quarterback is healthy in this game, we're losing. It just is what it is. But I agree, if Harrison Bailey is playing, I think we win. But since he's injured at the beginning of the season, I'm going to say he's probably in this game healthy. So right now, this is a loss for me.
I think Vandy's going to be pretty decent this year. I think they got a lot of returning guys. Eli Stowers is a first round pick, in my opinion. Pavia, you know what you're going to get, but they got to come to Neyland, bro. Yeah, I don't have to talk about this. I don't got to talk about this. That's a W. I got Tennessee at 9-3, guys. 9-3. I couldn't. I tried to say we would be OU. I feel like we will. And my heart says yes, but my mind is like, no, bro. It's not happening.
No.
That's just on me. I got us at 9-3.
Yeah, I got us at 9-3 or 8-4. But yeah, ain't nobody worried about Vandy. Hey, Diego, all that talking you want to do in the off season, guess what? That's going on all the video boards all week. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Strap up and let's go.
Hey, I can't wait for Tuesday, though. That Any Given Saturday Netflix documentary drops about the SEC. That's about to be high. I wonder if it's a documentary or if it's like The Untolds when it's just one episode. It's got to be multiple episodes.
It's got to be. I don't know. I feel like they're going to take it by like 3 weeks, like the first 3 weeks of the season, second 3 weeks, stuff like that.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. But C2, I don't think you got to explain anything.
No, this is a win. They've beat us 3 times in Knoxville since 1975. Same thing with us in Florida. It ain't happening, especially with where it is, the games they have leading up to this on their schedule. Listen to this. At Alabama, then they get LSU at home, then they get Missouri at home, then they travel to Texas, then they have Auburn at home, then they get a bye week, then they have Kentucky at home, and then they come to Neyland. That is hell. That is an awful run. Whoever scheduled Vandy for that hates them more than their worst enemy.
Miserable, bro. Miserable.
Good Lord.
Man, I like it, boys. I really like it. I like what we got. I think we've got something to look forward to in 2025. But as fall camp continues, we still have questions. And I think, obviously this week, anything that pops up, I'll be there first thing, man, to try to get you guys content, get everybody content that needs it. And again, man, those quick 15-minute or less videos are definitely hitting traction. So, guys, I'm going to be dropping those as camp happens. Obviously, tomorrow's an off day. No media availability. Hypo didn't meet with the media today, but Tuesday will be practice number 5. We will have notes, and we're live, man. We're live on Wednesday night, same time, 8:30 Central. Or 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Can't wait, man. Can't wait to see kind of what these next few days of fall camp look like leading up into the first scrimmage on Saturday. But boys, y'all got anything, man, before we wrap?
Only that, speaking on Wednesday, I'll be in Memphis on Wednesday, Dill. So I might try to hit you up, see if we can go grab dinner somewhere.
To the Memphis.
For sure. I'm down.
Sweet.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Just don't go to Rendezvous. It's very mid.
No, that's a tourist spot.
100%. So many better places, bro.
All right.
So
I'll see y'all then.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Yes, sir.
man. Y'all, thank you for watching tonight, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and join the channel. Share the video. Share the content, man. We are climbing in subscribers, man. Let's get to 1.5 K before the season starts. We can do it with you guys' help. We're very excited, man, and we're going to keep dishing out content every single day as we see it fit. For my guy C2 and my guy Dylan, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Ruck in the building, and it's straight up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you guys live on Wednesday night.
Bye.